Hello, space explorers. Welcome back to Sci-Fi Space, the place where we dive into the most mind-blowing sci-fi stories in the universe. Today, we're diving into an insane story, a cosmic crisis so big it's got aliens panicking, stars disappearing, and one crazy phrase flipping everything: hold my drink. Yeah, you heard that right. What happens when a monster starts chowing down on the universe, and all the brainiacs out there can't stop it? Well, the humans roll in with a plan so nuts it might just work, or blow everything up. Stick around, because this twist is gonna hit you out of nowhere. If you're into mind-bending sci-fi chaos, smash that subscribe button and ring the bell. Sci-Fi Space is your spot. Let's jump in. The Intergalactic Council chamber on Varnis buzzed with tension as High Commissioner Solara called the 8-9C emergency session to order. Her crystalline voice cut through the noise, sharp and uneasy. We're here today to address a potential threat, the human species, recent additions to our alliance. Her words hung heavy, her translucent skin flickering with anxious orange light. The room erupted in murmurs. Delegates from across the galaxy shifted uncomfortably. Some vented nervous gases, others clicked appendages, and a few pulsed electromagnetic waves in agitation. Lirix, a plasma-based intelligence glowing with blue sparks, flared up immediately. High Commissioner, this is absurd. Humans are primitive, stuck on a tiny waterlogged planet, barely past basic space flight. A threat? I won't buy it. His skepticism sparked agreement among others. A reptilian delegate hissed, and a hive mind buzzed dismissively. Admiral Varnis stepped forward, his towering frame covered in gleaming blue scales. Medals clinked on his chest, each one earned over 4 centuries of first contact missions. Normally, he radiated confidence, but today his slitted eyes betrayed unease. Council members, he began, his voice gravelly and deliberate, I'm presenting a report that even I struggle to believe. It's about a human phrase, hold my followed by a drink name. When they say it, the laws of probability bend in ways we can't explain. Laughter broke out. Lirix flared red-hot, his plasma crackling. You're telling us words can warp reality? Admiral, that's ridiculous. A few delegates chuckled, one sprayed a cloud of disbelief. But Solara raised a hand, silencing them. Her crystals shifted to a deep purple, signaling concern. Show us the evidence, Admiral, she said firmly. Varnis nodded and activated a holographic display. This isn't a joke. We've tracked a pattern, hundreds of incidents in the last month alone. Every time a human utters that phrase, they pull off something impossible. I've seen it myself, and it's shaking everything we know. His words quieted the room, though skepticism lingered in the air like static. Lirix wasn't convinced. Impossible? They are barely industrialized. What could they do that we haven't mastered in millennia? His tone dripped with condescension, and a few delegates nodded along. The idea of humans, those scrappy, loud creatures, posing a threat seemed laughable to beings who'd mapped quantum fields and tamed black holes. They don't follow our rules, Varnis countered. That's the problem. They don't even seem aware they are breaking them. He adjusted the hologram, pulling up data logs. Take their first recorded incident. A mining ship from the Zentara fleet, stuck in the Kim Belt, was about to blow. Their plasma core was destabilizing, our best engineers gave up. Then a human vessel showed up. Their captain said hold my soda and fixed it. Not with tech, with a pencil and some quick math. The room went silent. Solara leaned forward. Fixed it how? She asked, her voice tight. He rewrote the plasma equations by hand, Varnis said. No computers, No quantum tools, just a pencil and what he called gut instinct. The core didn't just stabilize, it ran at 150% efficiency. The Zentara crew was furious, called it an insult to their science, but it worked. Lirix flared again, his light pulsing angrily. That's nonsense. Plasma dynamics took us 15,000 years to perfect. No primitive scribbling can outdo that. His outburst rallied the doubters, a tentacle delegate waved in agreement, and a gaseous being puffed indignantly. It's not just one case, Varnis pressed. We've got 312 incidents logged, each one tied to that phrase. They are not using secret tech or hidden powers. They just do it. And it's spreading chaos. He tapped the display, showing a graph of escalating events. Repairs, rescues, even diplomatic stunts, all defying logic. Solara's crystals dimmed. If this is true, why haven't we acted sooner? She asked, her tone sharp. Because we didn't believe it ourselves, Varnis admitted. I thought it was a fluke, until I saw it with my own eyes. These humans don't think like us. They don't see impossible as a barrier, just a challenge. The room split. Lirix led the charge against action. Ban them, he snapped. They are a liability, unpredictable and dangerous. But another delegate, Terran, a sleek diplomat with silver feathers, pushed back. Or we use them. If they can do this, imagine what we could achieve. The argument flared into shouting, accusations flying between factions. Solara slammed her hand down, silencing them. Enough. Admiral, what's your recommendation? Varnis hesitated, then met her gaze. We need to study them, fast. Because if they keep this up, they are not just a threat to our systems. They are a threat to everything we've built. As the council debated, one thing was clear, the humans had no idea what they'd started, or how much trouble they were about to cause. The holographic display in the Viennese council chamber flickered to life, showing a Zentara mining ship stranded in the Kim Belt, a jagged ring of asteroids orbiting a dying star. The ship's massive hull glowed faintly from its failing plasma core, a ticking time bomb ready to wipe out the sector. Admiral Varnis pointed at the image. This is where it started, he said, his gravelly voice steady. Watch closely. The footage zoomed in on the Zentara crew, feathered beings with sharp beaks and sharper minds, scrambling over their controls. Their lead engineer, Kivra, squawked into the comms. The core's containment is collapsing. We've run every simulation, it's unsalvageable. Evacuate now. Her voice cracked with panic, a rare slip for a species known for cold logic. Then a smaller ship slid into view, a clunky human vessel, all dents and mismatched panels. On its bridge stood Captain Jack Carter, a wiry guy in his 40s with a scruffy beard and a grin that screamed trouble. He leaned into the comms, listening to Kivra's distress call. Sounds bad, he muttered, then turned to his first officer, a nervous kid barely out of training. Jack handed over a beat-up plastic cup fizzing with soda. Hold my soda, he said casually. I've got an idea. The council chamber went dead quiet. Lirix, the plasma delegate, flared orange. This is your proof, he snapped. A drink handoff. Varnis just nodded. Keep watching. Jack patched into the Zentara comms. Hey, Kivra, send me your core schematics. Quick. Kivra's feathers ruffled as she barked back, what for? You can't fix this. It's beyond your primitive grasp. Jack chuckled. Humor me. I've dealt with worse, like that time my sink backed up during a storm. Against her better judgment, Kivra sent the data. The schematics popped up on Jack's screen, a mess of quantum equations and plasma flow charts that'd take a supercomputer days to crack. Jack squinted at it, scratched his head, then fished a stubby pencil from his pocket. "Okay, this is overcomplicated," he said, mostly to himself. He started scribbling on his hand basic addition, subtraction, a few wild guesses. "Let's try this," crank the pressure in valve 3 to 200%, then choke the flow in pipe 7 by half. Kiever's voice exploded over the comms. "Are you insane? That'll blow us all to dust. This is an outrage, an insult to our science." Her crew chirped in agreement, one shouting, "You're mocking 15,000 years of progress." Jack just shrugged. "Look, I've fixed clogged pipes with less. Trust me, or don't. Your call." The Zentra hesitated. The core's meltdown was seconds away, alarms blaring. Kiever glared through the screen, then snapped, "Fine. But when we're dead, it's on you." She relayed the orders. The crew adjusted the settings, bracing for the end. Then silence. The core's wild pulsing stopped. Its glow steadied, then brightened. Kiever stared at her readouts, beak dropping. "It's stable," she whispered. "No better than stable. Efficiency's at 150%. How?" Her disbelief mirrored the council's. High Commissioner Solaris' crystals flickered. "Explain that, Admiral," she said, voice tight. Varnis tapped the hologram, freezing the frame on Jack, retrieving his soda and taking a sip. "He didn't use tech we don't have. No quantum tools, no AI, just a pencil and what he called eyeballing it." The Zentra ran the numbers later. "His math shouldn't have worked. It broke every rule we know." Lirix flared red hot, his plasma crackling. "Impossible. Plasma containment needs precise quantum calculus 10,000 years of refinement. This is a trick." He turned to the council, sparking. "He's lying, humans can't do this." A few delegates nodded, murmuring about sabotage or hidden devices. "It's no trick," Varnis shot back. "We checked. No tech, no cheats, just Jack and his gut." The Zentra were livid, called it blasphemy against reason. Kiever demanded his arrest for defiling their knowledge. But the core kept running, better than ever. Solaro leaned forward. "Why didn't they stop him?" she asked. "They tried," Varnis said. Kiever cut the comms, ordered her crew to ignore him. But the meltdown forced their hand. They had no choice. He pulled up a still of Kiever's furious face as Jack waved cheerily. "She's still filing complaints, says he's a menace." The chamber buzzed with tension. Lirix jabbed a glowing tendril at Varnis. "One fluke doesn't prove anything. You're wasting our time." But Terran, the silver-feathered diplomat, cut in. "Or it proves everything. If one human can do this, what about the rest?" Varnis nodded grimly. "Exactly. This was just the first case. We've got hundreds more, each one tied to that phrase, 'Hold my.' They don't plan it, don't study it, they just act. And it works." Solaris' crystals dimmed to gray. "If this is real, we're not ready for it," she said. "What's next, Admiral?" Varnis met her gaze. "More incidents. Bigger ones. And no clue how to stop them." The council fell silent, grappling with the impossible, a species too reckless to fail, and too stubborn to care. The council chamber on Varnis was still reeling from Jack Carter's stunt when Admiral Varnis dropped the next bombshell. "It's not just one incident," he said, his scales glinting under the harsh lights. "This hold my thing, it's spreading. We've logged over 300 cases in the last month, all defying logic." He swiped the holographic display, pulling up a cascade of reports. "Here's what we're dealing with." The first clip showed a space station called Nexus, orbiting a gas giant. Its gravity generator had fritzed out, leaving engineers from the Relian species, squid-like brainiacs with a knack for tech, scratching their heads. Their lead tech, Zork, was mid-rant on the comms. "The quantum harmonics are shot. It'll take weeks to recalibrate, minimum." That's when Ellie, a human maintenance worker in a greasy jumpsuit, strolled up. She handed her lemonade to a stunned Relian assistant and said, "Hold my lemonade. I got this." Varnis paused the footage. "Watch what she does." Ellie didn't even glance at the diagnostics. She just tapped the generator 3 times with her knuckles, like she was knocking on a door, then gave it a solid whack with her palm. The machine hummed back to life, stronger than ever. Zork's tentacles flailed. "That's not possible," he screeched. "You can't fix quantum tech with a slap." Ellie just shrugged. "Worked on my old fridge." The council murmured. Lirix flared bright red. "Another fluke," he snapped. "She got lucky, nothing more." But Varnis shook his head. "Keep watching." The hologram shifted to the Argon Cluster, where a massive space station was spinning out of control after a docking mishap. Alarms blared as it veered toward a debris field. Enter Sam, a rookie human pilot fresh off his first flying lesson. He was in a tiny civilian ship, barely more than a glorified shuttle. Over the comms, traffic control pleaded, "Stand by, we're sending rescue drones." Sam ignored them, handed his energy drink to his teenage nephew in the co-pilot seat, and said, "Hold my energy drink. Let's fix this." What followed was chaos. Sam gunned his ship's thrusters, hooked the station with a weak tractor beam, and yanked it back into alignment, moves his instructor later called physically impossible and borderline suicidal. The station stabilized, and Sam docked it flawlessly on his first try. When asked how, he grinned. "I parallel parked in New York once." Same vibe. The chamber erupted. Lirix shot up, plasma sparking. "This is insanity." "He's a novice, those maneuvers defy physics." Varnis nodded grimly. "That's the point. They don't know they can't do it, so they do." High Commissioner Solaris' crystals flickered uneasily. "How many more like this?" she asked. "Hundreds," Varnis replied. "A gardener on Mars colony said hold my smoothie and grew pineapples in sub-zero dirt." An intern in Andromeda cracked a 500-year-old math puzzle after saying hold my juice, used napkin scribbles and called it pizza math. Every time, it's the same, they hand off a drink and break the rules. The council split hard. Lirix pounded the table, or tried to, his plasma sizzling through it. "We need to ban them. They are a galactic hazard, unpredictable, reckless, a threat to order." His faction cheered, a mix of hissing reptiles and buzzing hive minds. "Lock them out of our systems before they ruin everything." Terran, the silver-feathered diplomat, shot back. "Ban them? That's short-sighted. Imagine what we could do with this. They are solving problems we can't touch, think of the power." Her supporters, a ragtag group of curious scientists and ambitious traders, nodded eagerly. "We harness them, we win big." The argument escalated fast. Lirix jabbed a glowing tendril at Terran. "You're delusional. They'll destabilize the galaxy, turn it into their playground." Terran smirked. "Or they'll save it while you're busy whining." A reptilian delegate chucked a data pad across the room, narrowly missing Terran's head. A gas cloud delegate puffed up, shouting, "Control them or exile them, pick one." Solaris slammed her crystalline fist down, the sound echoing like a gunshot. "Enough," she barked. "We're not barbarians, stop acting like it." The room grudgingly settled, though the tension simmered. She turned to Varnis. "Admiral, what's driving this? Why now?" Varnis rubbed his scaled jaw. "They are new to the Alliance, barely a blip on our radar till recently. But every time we call something impossible, they take it as a dare. That phrase, 'hold my,' it's like a trigger. They say it, hand off a drink, and reality bends." Lirix snorted. "So we ban the drinks. Problem solved." Varnis gave him a flat look. "Tried that. They just switch, beer to juice to water. Doesn't matter. It's not the drink, it's them." Solaris crystals dulled to a worried gray. "This is bigger than we thought. If it's spreading, we're out of time to argue. What's the worst case?" Varnis didn't hesitate. "Worst case? They keep going, bigger stunts, bigger messes. We've got reports piling up daily. Next time, it might not be a station or a garden, it could be a star system." The room fell silent, the weight sinking in. Terran broke it, voice low. "Or they save us from something we can't handle. Risk worth taking." Lirix glared. "Risk worth dying for?" Solaris stared at the hologram, Ellie's casual shrug frozen on screen. "We need answers fast," she said. "Because if this is just the start, we're nowhere near ready for what's coming." The Viennese council chamber was already a powder keg when the real disaster hit. Admiral Varnis was mid-sentence, briefing the delegates on the latest human antics, when the emergency alert screeched through the room. Red lights flashed, and a robotic voice blared, "Priority alert, unknown entity detected in the Argon Cluster. Threat level critical." Varnis froze, his scales paling. "That's not good," he muttered. The holographic display shifted, showing a swirling black hole in the Argon Cluster, a remote stretch of space dotted with dead stars. From its core emerged Vortexian, a hulking, ancient thing that defied description. It wasn't solid or gas, just a writhing mass of energy, tendrils snapping out like lightning. It grabbed a neutron star and crushed it like a soda can, then flung the debris into a nearby system, wiping it out in seconds. A low, rumbling laugh echoed through the feed, shaking the chamber's walls. High Commissioner Solaris' crystals flared bright with panic. "What is that?" she demanded, slamming the console to zoom in. The entity was already moving, gobbling up planets and spitting out chunks of warped space. Data streamed in, it was growing, fast, and heading for populated sectors. Varnis scanned the report, his voice tight. "It's Vortexian, an old legend. Supposedly dormant in that black hole for eons. Something woke it up, and now it's eating everything." He pointed at the screen as Vortexian juggled three suns, then smashed them together, cackling. "It's not just hungry, it's mocking us." Lirix, the plasma delegate, flared white-hot. "This is the humans' fault," he shouted, tendrils sparking. "Their chaos must have stirred it. I told you they are a curse." Terran, the silver-feathered diplomat, rolled her eyes. "Oh, come on, Lirix. You've got no proof, just your usual whining." The room split again, voices rising into a shouting match. Solara cut through the noise. "Focus. How long till it hits us?" Varnis checked the projections. 12 hours, tops. It's already trashed the Keenest system, burped out a pulsar for fun. We're next if we don't stop it. The council scrambled. The Silicon Collective patched in, their supercomputers churning through a trillion scenarios. No viable defense, the rep droned. It shrugs off phantomatter like a breeze. The Organic Alliance sent their top psychics, who tried linking minds with Vortexian. They came back gibbering, it's laughing at us, called us snacks. Even the Cronus Time Lords pitched in, speeding up time around it to age it out. Vortexian just rewound the effect and kept eating. Solara turned to Varnis, desperate. Weapons. He shook his head. We hit it with plasma cannons, gravity bombs, nothing. It turned our torpedoes into confetti and threw them back. The screen showed Vortexian juggling black holes now, using them like appetizers before swallowing a gas giant whole. Lirix jabbed a tendril at Solara. This is on you. I warned you about the humans, weeks ago. You ignored me, and now we're dead. His plasma flared, scorching the table. Solara snapped back, you think yelling fixes this? I didn't wake that thing, you're just scared and looking to blame someone. Varnis stepped between them, scales bristling. Both of you, knock it off. Pointing fingers won't stop it from eating us. The room descended into chaos. A reptilian delegate chucked a chair, missing Lirix by inches. Terran ducked as a gas cloud puffed angrily, shouting, we need a plan, not a tantrum. Officers ran in circles, some bolting for the exits. Vortexian's laugh boomed louder, now tossing neutron stars like basketballs and belching up a cheesy replica of a lost moon. Solara gripped the console, crystals dimming. What's the math guild say? She asked, clinging to hope. Varnis winced. They tried dividing by 0 to cancel it out. Lost 3 calculators, and accidentally made a tiny pasta universe. It's useless. The entity kept coming. It sculpted a supernova into a crude smiley face, then ate it. Panic peaked as reports flooded in, entire fleets vaporized, trade routes gone, colonies screaming for help. Solara's voice cracked. We're out of options. Nothing's working. Varnis stared at the screen, then muttered, almost nothing. He turned to Solara, eyes hard. The humans, they thrive on this kind of mess. Impossible's their specialty. Lirix exploded. Are you crazy? They'll make it worse, hand it a drink and dance with it, probably. Terran smirked. Or they'll fix it while you're busy freaking out. I say we call them. Solara hesitated, crystals flickering. They're reckless, unpredictable. You really think they can handle that? She pointed at Vortexian, now using a quasar as a yo-yo. Varnis nodded. They don't need to understand it. They just need to try. It's that or we're toast. He punched a comms command. Earth's getting a distress call, universe breaking, need humans, drinks allowed. Let's see what they do. The council held its breath as the signal went out. Vortexian's laughter rattled the chamber, a countdown to doom. 12 hours left, and no one knew if the humans would save them or just make the galaxy's last party a wild one. The distress call hit Earth like a lightning bolt, and within hours, a ragtag human team arrived at Varnis. The council chamber doors swung open, and in walked Jack Carter, Ellie, Sam, and Mia, a dancer with a grin that promised chaos. They'd been yanked from their lives, Jack from a plumbing gig, Ellie from a lunch break, Sam from a nap, and Mia from a dance studio. Admiral Varnis met them at the console, scales twitching. Thanks for coming, he said. We're desperate. The hologram showed Vortexian, now a cosmic nightmare tearing through the Argon Cluster. It juggled quasars and chugged star systems like cheap beer, its laughter shaking the feed. Jack whistled. "That's a big one. Reminds me of a busted sewer line I fixed once, nasty, but doable." Ellie nodded, sipping her lemonade. "Yeah, just needs a good whack." High Commissioner Solar's crystals flared. "This isn't a pipe. It's eating galaxies." Lirix, the plasma delegate, sparked furiously. "You can't be serious, bringing these clowns? They'll get us all killed." Terran smirked. "Or save us. Shut up and watch." The humans huddled, glancing at Vortexian like it was a puzzle they could crack. Jack scratched his beard. "What if we distract it? Throw something wild at it." Sam grinned. "Like that time I spun out my ship to fix that station. Worked then." Mia clapped. "I've got it, let's dance with it. Saw this in a movie once." Ellie laughed. "Dumbest idea yet." "I'm in." Lirix exploded. "Dance? You're mocking us. This is the end, and you're joking." He flared so bright a table caught fire. Varnis shoved him back. "Let them try. We've got nothing else." Solara gripped the console, voice tight. "What's your plan?" Mia stepped up, holding a green tea. "It's stupid, but that's the point. We're turning this into a party, karaoke style. Trust us." Lirix screeched. "Karaoke? Against that? You're insane." Solara cut him off. "Do it. We're out of time." The humans sprang into action. Jack hacked the Galactic comms network with a pocket knife and some duct tape, turning it into a giant speaker system. "Gonna need big sound for this," he muttered. Ellie jury-rigged Sam's shuttle to blast smoke effects, grinning. "Atmosphere's everything." Sam patched the Silicon Collective's AI into a light show, barking, "Make it flash, disco vibes." The AI hesitated, then complied, muttering, "This violates my protocols." Mia took the lead, syncing their comms to a beat she'd cooked up. "All right, team, hand over the drinks." In unison, they turned to Varnis. "Hold our drinks," they said, "Jack's soda, Ellie's lemonade, Sam's energy drink, and Mia's tea." Varnis's claws shook as he grabbed them, muttering, "I'm too old for this." The council watched, horrified, as the humans faced Vortexian. The comms blasted a thumping remix of an old Earth song, "Sweet Dreams," but with extra bass. Smoke poured from Sam's shuttle, and the AI's lights strobed across space. Mia shouted into the mic, "Hey, big guy. Let's see your moves." She kicked off a dance, half shuffle, half moonwalk, defying gravity like it was optional. Vortexian paused, tendrils twitching. It'd been midway through eating a pulsar, but now it tilted what passed for a head. Jack jumped in, hollering, "Come on, ugly, karaoke battle. You versus us." He belted out a off-key happy birthday, waving like a lunatic. Ellie banged on her shuttle's hull, adding a beat, while Sam spun his ship in loops, yelling, "Show us what you got." Lirix flared red hot. "This is humiliating. Stop them." He lunged for the controls, but Terran tackled him. "Let it play out, you idiot." They wrestled, plasma scorching the floor, as Solara shouted, "Stand down. Both of you." The room split, half cheering, half panicking. Then, impossibly, Vortexian moved. Its tendrils pulsed to the beat, and a guttural hum rumbled out, a garbled version of Mia's song. It dropped the pulsar, spinning it like a top, and joined the dance. Its massive form twisted in ways physics couldn't explain, syncing with the lights. Mia whooped. "It's working! Quick, up the stakes!" Jack grabbed the mic. "All right, big guy, duet time." He launched into Bohemian Rhapsody, hitting every high note wrong but loud. Vortexian roared back, its voice cracking stars, and matched him. Ellie and Sam improvised a backup routine, stomping and spinning, while Mia called out, "Now, the big finish." The humans lined up, drinks still with Varnis, and belted the chorus together. Vortexian pulsed brighter, then, bam, it stopped eating. It shrank, tendrils curling, and morphed into a glowing orb. A voice boomed, "Fun, good. More." Mia laughed. "Sure, buddy, stick around." The council gaped. Solaris crystals dimmed. It worked. Varnis, holding the drinks, nodded. "Told you, impossible's their thing." Lirix slumped, fuming. "This is a disgrace. We're a laughing stock." Terran dusted herself off. "Better than dead." They turned a monster into a DJ. The orb, Vortexian, bobbed to the fading beat, harmless. The crisis was over, but the chamber buzzed with disbelief. Solaris stared at the humans, grinning like kids after a prank. "How?" she whispered. Varnis shrugged. "They don't know. They just do." The Viennese council chamber was a wreck, scorched tables, flickering lights, and a stunned silence as Vortexian's glowing orb hovered, bobbing to a faint beat. The humans, Jack Carter, Ellie, Sam, and Mia, grabbed their drinks back from Admiral Varnis, who looked like he'd aged a decade in an hour. Jack took a sip of his soda and grinned. "Well, that was fun. What's next?" Ellie nudged him. "Maybe fix the coffee machine here, it's gotta suck." High Commissioner Solaris Crystals pulsed faintly, her voice shaky. "You stopped it." "How?" Vortexian, now a harmless ball of light, hummed cheerfully, no longer a galaxy-eating monster. Mia shrugged, twirling her tea. "Just winged it. Figured it like a party, turns out it did." Lirix flared up, plasma sparking. "This is a farce. You didn't stop it, you turned it into a pet. We're the laughingstock of the universe." He pointed a glowing tendril at the humans. "They are a disgrace, ban them now." Terran smirked, brushing off her feathers. "They saved your sorry butt, Lirix. Maybe thank them instead of crying." The argument reignited, voices clashing. Varnis stepped in, scales bristling. "Enough. They did what we couldn't, deal with it." But then his comms beeped. He frowned, pulling up a file, a garbled audio clip from Jack's ship, caught by a stray sensor. "Hold on," he said, hitting play. Jack's voice crackled through, "Think they bought it?" Ellie laughed. "Nah, they are clueless. Keep playing dumb, they'll never lock us down if they think we're idiots." Sam chuckled. "Yeah, worked on that station gig, act like it's luck, and they eat it up." Mia's voice cut in, smug. "Long as they don't figure out we know what we're doing, we're golden." The room froze. Solaris crystals went dark. "What did they just say?" Lirix flared white hot. "They are faking it. They've been lying this whole time." Varnis replayed it, jaw tight. "Sounds like they are not clueless, they are playing us." Panic erupted. Terran blinked, feathers ruffling. "Wait, they know they are bending reality?" And they're hiding it. Lirix lunged at the console. I knew it. They are a threat, deliberate chaos agents. Wipe them out before they turn on us. Solara grabbed his tendril, yanking him back. Stop it. We need to think this through. The humans, oblivious, kept chatting. Jack nodded at Vortexian's orb. Hey, buddy, wanna hit karaoke night later? You've got pipes. The orb pulsed happily, oblivious to the storm brewing. Solara turned to Varnis, voice low. Is this true? They're not accidental. Varnis rubbed his scales. Looks that way. They've been pulling this hold my stunt on purpose, acting dumb to dodge control. Explains why it's so consistent. He glanced at the team, now teaching Vortexian to bob in rhythm. They are not just reckless, they are smart. Lirix screeched, smart? They are monsters. They could have ended us anytime. Terran cut in, or saved us like they just did. Maybe they are not the enemy. The room split again, shouts bouncing off the walls. A reptilian delegate yelled, lock them up. A gas cloud puffed, study them. Chaos reigned. Solara slammed her fist down, crystals blazing. Quiet. We are not deciding this in a screaming match. She stared at the humans, then at Vortexian, now a Galactic DJ thanks to them. They've got power we can't match, and they're hiding it. That changes everything. Varnis nodded. New classification, conscious chaos. They are not bumbling fools, they are running the show. He pulled up a decree. I'm recommending we monitor them, not fight them. Too late to stop what started. Days later, word spread across the galaxy. Vortexian set up shop in the Argon Cluster, hosting karaoke nights that drew crowds from every sector. The humans, meanwhile, launched Hold Our Drink Solutions on Earth, a business tackling impossible jobs. Their first gig? Teaching space whales quantum physics with a beat-up chalkboard and a six-pack. Then they rewired a dying star to power a burger joint, all while sipping coffee. The council issued new rules: stockpile human drinks at all stations, flag hold my as a red alert trigger, and pray. Lirix fumed, filing protests daily, but even he couldn't deny the results. Terran pushed to recruit humans, muttering, they are our ace in the hole. Solara sat alone one night, crystals dim, staring at a report. The galaxy was adapting. Species now flinched when humans grinned at impossible problems. But the truth gnawed at her. If they'd been pretending, what else were they hiding? She whispered, we didn't tame them. They tamed us. Back on Earth, Jack cracked a soda, watching Vortexian's latest gig on a live stream. Think they'll ever catch on? Ellie smirked. Not a chance. Let's keep the party going. The galaxy braced itself, because with humans, the next hold my was always around the corner. Alright, there you go, the galaxy's wildest rescue mission ever. Humans didn't just stop Vortexian with karaoke and some seriously bad dance moves, they've been faking the whole dumb luck act, secretly pulling strings like pros. Now that thing's a cosmic DJ, and the aliens are freaking out over what's next. Crazy, right? I need your take on this, drop it in the comments. What's your hold my drink fix for a star-eating monster? Would you trust these sneaky humans, or tell the council to bolt? Let's get that convo going. If you love this wild ride, hit that like button and subscribe to Sci-Fi Space. We're serving up more galactic insanity every day. Catch you there, stay awesome.